I don't know if you've seen this.
Uh-oh.
Indiegogo will refund
Let's
backers.
talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Let's please talk about this.
Some campaigns don't ship as promised.
Yes.
Buying from crowdfunding might get a little less dicey with Indiegogo's new shipping guarantee.
So I want to talk about this. This is actually pretty. It's small and big news. Reason being is because, and by the way, this is cool. I tweeted about this. This is very cool to see that between them, it's a competitive market, right? You got Kickstarter, you have obviously Indiegogo. There's the backer kits or whatever. Obviously, you have the independent guys over at Fund My Comic. They're trying to do their thing. So everybody's competing here, and it's awesome to see people add new features and try to make it more, I guess, a better option, let's say, for not only backers to back, but also with people that want to host the crowdfunding. So with this almost is akin to what eBay has done, but it seems just a little bit different, where you're basically a reliable whatever. So how this works, I did all the research on this, is that basically if you are eligible, right, you will be able, so if you obviously have it for the most part largely done, you fulfilled other campaigns, there are some rules that apply for you to get this, basically this badge that essentially says you're reliable. That's basically what it is. And in doing so, if you do back it, something ends up happening, you'll be able to get your refunds and such. So, and I wonder what you think about this, because I don't know, because obviously we both backed a lot of crowdfunding campaigns.
Yes, sir.
Over the years. I wonder if this is going to end up turning into like a policy, if this is like a trial run from a policy of sorts, because how Indiegogo disperses of their money is different from how Kickstarter does it, as well, as far as when you have access to those funds and whatnot, and obviously being able to fulfill them during the window that you promised. So I wonder if that badge system that they have here will end up being something like, hey, it's a test run for them to, maybe they're going to make a major overhaul on like refunding and their policies surrounding unfulfilled campaigns and such.
Look, I'm a customer, right? I'm a customer. From a customer perspective, I see this, I go, oh, this is great. From a customer perspective, I have backed a lot of Indiegogo campaigns. Some of them get fulfilled very well indeed.
Shout out, yeah.
Our boy Graham Nolan. Graham Nolan always seems to do great with his fulfillment. There are campaigns that I've never received books from. There are campaigns that the books never even got finished on. And there's books which are not even an exaggeration, years late.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I agree.
It's anti-customer. Now, sure, you can understand if there's teething problems if you're getting into it.
You're communicating with your audience, right? Something happens, there's a hiccup, shit happens, right? So, there's a difference between, okay, we had a hiccup, printers or whatever, and this is going to be a couple of months out of schedule, right? That's different from what you were talking about, where it's like years.
Yeah.
That's just malpractice, right?
There's a difference between a hiccup and sure, things can happen down the road. We're hoping for October, but it looks like it's going to be January. Okay, all right, fair enough, that kind of thing. But when you're literally waiting years, we've delved way too far into the realm of pathetic. Absolutely pathetic mismanagement.
Yeah.
And it's just it's complete and utterly anti-customer. It shows a distinct lack of respect for your customer base, especially when things like this are repeated. And so as a customer, I think they have every right to, never mind go through a 60 or 90-day period, whatever it is, of cancellation. But if your book hasn't been delivered, then you should have every right after 6 months of let's say past the extended deadline or the deadline. If it's like 6 months after, have you received your product? No. I think the customer has every right to be like, well, do you know what? Actually, I want it back.
Yeah.
Or a year, So there isn't a lot of protections for customers, and they are taking a risk because they're paying when the campaign ends. Now, if a website, Indiegogo, Kickstarter, whatever, the money went into an escrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that's a different kettle of fish,
right?
Because the customer's protected.
Yeah.
So
great point.
the other person's protected. And then when they fulfilled, then okay, all right, but they need the money to create, and they need the money to do the fulfill. All right, okay. So the money goes into escrow until the creator produces the invoice of payment. And then when they produce the invoice of payment for the printing or, whatever it may be, then money is taken out of escrow to cover those costs or whatever. So there could be ways to do this that would offer far more protection without compromising the creator as well.
Well, this is the thing. I do think that this move is interesting because what's going to end up happening, and I guess, I don't want to say this is going to happen. I do think that this is, again, speaking from fuck the rippers, it has nothing, because we don't even crowdfund. So it has nothing to do with us. I'm more so speaking from the customer's perspective because, to your point, we've both backed all these crowdfunding campaigns. So I think their idea is they were trying to come up with something creative that obviously trying to mitigate the risk that you have with the from the customer's perspective, backer's perspective, but also this incentivizes like actual creators or companies or whoever's using Indiegogo, because I guess their idea is like, well, people are going to be more likely if this has this badge that says, hey, this is a reliable customer or whatever that is that they're using with this new program. People are going to be more likely, I guess this is their idea, to back that, right? Because they understand this is, I'm going to get it. It's going to be in a reasonable amount of time or what have you. So I wonder, does that come from, and I don't know, again, I don't know answer. I don't know what exactly influenced this, this policy, but I wonder if a lot of that has to do with maybe, because look, we hear the rumblings. I've seen people say this. They are like, because I've not gotten my shit, they've been soured on the experience altogether, like of crowdfunding, right? So they don't back campaigns anymore. And that's unfortunate, right? Maybe this is their way to try to, again, find out a way to make it more a trustworthy experience, which benefits everybody. That benefits the backers. That benefits also the creators as well. So it's very, very intriguing that this is going to be a thing because, there is going to be that level of separation, right? They're going to have those that have this badge that people find reliable, and obviously the backers are going to be well protected. If they need a refund, they can get it. But I do wonder if this is going to lead to like a more monumental policy change, because again, that's been one of the gripes with Indiegogo or crowdfunding sort of in general, is that lack of protection. And look, crowdfunding is a beautiful thing because it has allowed a lot of people who, again, otherwise would not be able to fund their efforts, be able to fund their efforts, right? So whether that be making a comic book come to life, obviously crowdfunding is not just unique to comics. There's all sorts of things that people are crowdfunding and doing awesome things for, tech and all sorts of cool things. And that's awesome. Film, even like our bro, Critical Drinker, and what he's been able to do with Kickstarter. Awesome. That is very, very cool to see. But that one thing that I know a lot of people have worried about or have been soured at is because, to your point, they've backed some and the experience has been awesome, has been great. Other times it's been, well, shit, you got something and you're like, fuck, I forgot I even ordered this damn thing because it was so long ago and it is so far behind schedule. So, and that has soured a lot of people. I see it a lot where people are like, I will never back anything again. That's of anything, like of any type of crowdfund, because of that. And that sucks. And maybe this is their way, Indiegogo's way of trying to, again, resolve that issue and just, make it a more trustworthy experience. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.